Welcome back here to Mighty Mac on YouTube. Once again, if you guys enjoy the content, be sure to subscribe to the channel today so you don't miss any of the upcoming action as we get set for the run-up for the 70th edition of the U.S. Nationals. I have a big announcement coming within the next few weeks that you guys are going to stay tuned for. So if you want to be a part of it, then be sure to subscribe today so you don't miss any of the uploads as we get ready for Sonoma, Brainerd, Indy, and then the countdown. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So once again, there has been another update released on the condition of John Force. If you guys have missed what's going on, he has moved to somewhat of an outpatient center in Arizona that specializes in head injuries for racing drivers. That's where he's been for, I believe, about the past week or so. A new update has came out today from John Force Racing on the condition of John Force himself as he continues with his ongoing process and his road to recovery. Once again, I will read the statement and then we can look ahead to what this might mean for John Force Racing itself. The statement reads as following. A month after an engine explosion sent his race car careening into a concrete guardrail more than 300 miles per hour at Virginia Motorsports Park, drag racing champion John Force was discharged Tuesday from Barrow Neurological Institute, where he was undergoing rehab for a TBI, a traumatic brain injury. According to family members, while the 16-time funny car champion will continue to work with therapists specializing in such injuries, it now will be an outpatient basis in California. He finally gets to sleep in his own bed, said daughter Ashley Hood, who with sisters Brittany, Courtney, and Adria and mother Lori maintained a constant presence throughout the Hall of Fame driver and car owners hospitalizations in Virginia and Arizona. The next phase in the recovery process will be an outpatient speech and OTPT, occupational and physical therapy, to address the lingering short-term memory and cognitive issues. So once again, a huge step in the right direction. I mean, you're talking pretty much already in the outpatient therapy. Has been a pretty quick road to recovery, I would say. This is probably going to be the longest part of it, though. Just getting him back to his motor skills in his head of not being confused and having cognitive issues, being able to speak thoroughly. I'm not sure what that all means, but again, this is going to be a very long road to recovery. I've seen multiple comments within the last few videos I've posted about people who have had TBIs in the past and the challenges that they faced, and you can go read those comments for yourself. But again, this is going to be a very long road to recovery for John Force, and once again, we send our best wishes to him from all of us here at Mighty Mac as he continues his road to get back to the racetrack. If you guys missed it, there was a bit of an update on John Force's car itself. It was posted leading into Seattle last weekend that when NHRA.com talked to Robert Hight, he kind of revealed the plans for that car. And part of it is that the car will be sitting out Sonoma. It will make its return to the racetrack at Norwalk for Night Under Fire. It'll be used kind of, from what I understand, from what I've heard from others, as kind of a warm-up session as it prepares to make its national event return for the NHRA at Brainerd. A driver has yet to be announced, but if I had to guess, it will be announced pretty soon in the upcoming weeks. You have about, again, a week until Night Under Fire, so either they're going to announce it early or we're going to see it when they're at Norwalk. I've heard some names. I'm not going to post anything yet until I get a full confirmation on what's going on, but still, this is going to be a very interesting process because now, with the fact that I still believe that there's a chance that John Force could be back at the racetrack in somewhat of a presence role for the team as a morale booster as they continue to fight on with the championship. Austin Prock just won his 4th event of the season out at Seattle for the Northwest Nationals, heading into Sonoma, which is a huge race for John Force Racing. Not only is it the home camp race for them, but also, if I'm correct, the last race where Eric Millen won back in 2006. So a huge deal for them. They have a charity karting event, if I'm correct, as well. So a huge event for John Force Racing as a whole. So expected them to be having out guns blazing. That was also the track where Robert Hight set the national record at 3:39, I believe, back in 2018. So it's a track that has a lot of significance in the history of John Force Racing. As for that car, the interesting part of it is the fact that there is a rule within NHRA that a driver who substitutes can still earn points for the original driver. So in this instance, whoever is going to replace John Force has the ability to continue to earn championship points for John Force himself. Right now, he sits 5th in the point standings after missing both Norwalk and Seattle. There has been talks that the lowest he's going to be able to fall to points is 8th. Because of the fact he's not going to have the qualifying runs, that car will no longer have the automatic eligibility for the countdown. So now the challenge is going to be in the final 2 races of Brainerd, Indianapolis, to keep that car top 10 in points, so that way they can be able to go on to fight for a Funny Car Championship. Not only that, potentially John Force's 17th and final Funny Car Championship. So there is a lot on the line with this decision on who's going to be driving that race car. And with how that team has performed in the past leading up to Virginia, how they performed at Virginia, and how the team continues to perform following that with Austin Prock and Brittany Force, I expect this car to be able to come back. And the learning curve, I'm going to assume from the driver that I'm told, is going to be a very quick learning curve. This is going to be a very interesting development to see how that car performs, and it's not going to be something you want to miss. Again, very brief video, but that's pretty much all I have on this. So again, if you guys want to keep up with the updates, be sure to subscribe to the channel today. Follow us on all the social media pages below. Mighty Mac Go 3 on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We're going to have a lot of huge announcements in the coming weeks as we get set for the 70th edition of the U.S. Nationals. So again, subscribe to the channel today. Comment your thoughts below. And until the next video, which more likely will hopefully be the Sonoma Nationals, this has been Mighty Mac. We will see you next time.